Good evening. I'm Professor Quinones, the Grand Marshal of this year's commencement ceremony. What is a Grand Marshal? The Grand Marshal guides significant ceremonial events like this evening's commencement. At a traditional commencement ceremony, I would be the one to lead you down the aisle as you wave to your friends and family while they cheer from their seats. Today, I'm here to greet you and your friends and family as they watch along in their homes. I've been with Westchester Community College for 45 years, and this is one of the most unusual years in my time here. I'd like to recognize the extraordinary work of our students and faculty during these challenging times. Our faculty have gone above and beyond to help our graduates stay on track and achieve the degrees and certificates that they have worked so hard to earn. I'm now pleased to represent the college as I formally introduce Westchester Community College's president, Dr. Belinda S. Miles.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Dr. Belinda Miles, and I welcome you, if you're able, to please stand for the national anthem led by Westchester Community College graduate Caitlin O'Shea.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. It is my privilege to open the 72nd commencement ceremony of Westchester Community College. On behalf of the State University of New York System, Westchester County, Westchester Community College, Board of Trustees, and faculty, staff, and administrators of the college, I welcome you to our virtual graduation ceremony. We welcome the college chairman of the board, John Nona, members of the Board of Trustees, County Executive George Latimer, and all of our elected officials, and our special guest this evening, Mecca Mitchell, who we will introduce shortly. Every year, we boast of the dedication and quality of our faculty with their wide range of accomplishments and accolades, but this year, they deserve special recognition. In February and March, as our county developed into one of the nation's original epicenters for the pandemic public health crisis, our faculty had to pivot within a matter of weeks from their planned course of in-person instruction to delivering courses remotely. They surpassed expectations in maintaining high levels of engagement and instruction that kept our students on track. For this, they deserve our gratitude and appreciation. Please reach out to them with a note or an email message thanking them and the staff that support them for their outstanding contribution to the college. We so greatly appreciate you. I also take this moment to thank those faculty members who have distinguished themselves as SUNY Chancellor Award winners or have the status of faculty emeritus. If you are in either of those categories, please put your name in the chat so that we can congratulate you and celebrate you as well this evening. We also acknowledge some of the most important and influential people in our graduates' lives: the moms, dads, siblings, husbands, wives, partners, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, sons, daughters, and friends. This year, more than most, we recognize the importance of our support systems. We all greatly appreciate everything you have done to make it possible for your loved ones to be able to complete their degrees. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a high five. Here's my virtual double high five. And next, we welcome remarks from a few of our honored guests. Our first speaker is County Executive George Latimer, and after the County Executive, Professor Chad Thompson, presiding officer of the Faculty Senate, will speak. Finally, Gianna Jimenez, member of the graduating class and president of the Student Government Association, will offer remarks on behalf of the students.
Hi, I'm George Latimer, Westchester County Executive, and I want to bring greetings to all of you on this unusual virtual graduation for Westchester Community College students that have completed their work and now have their degrees as we complete the fall of 2020. This is a great accomplishment, and it's a great accomplishment done under very stressful circumstances. The theme of this event is sheer resilience, and if there ever was a well-designed theme, that's it, because you've had to go through many different challenges in order to reach the point of today's graduation. You've had to go through the digital divide of remote learning, something that I never experienced in my academic career. You've had to be teachers to your own children at home while being students yourself at a different level of education. The issues of food, of housing, employment, all of those unstable, the instability, and still having to take care of family members while you're pursuing your education and completing your work. But Westchester Community College students persevered. You persisted, an experience that no one could have imagined when we were back in the beginning of this year. You went fully remote in the month of March, but you remained committed and to the education and the future that will bring all of you to a higher level in the years to come. So we celebrate the Westchester Community College students, the graduates today. You have a commitment to finish what you've started, no matter what the circumstances. And in years to come, you will draw from this experience that you overcame these obstacles successfully when other obstacles present themselves in your life. They say that we are Viking strong, at least you're Viking strong. They show up, do the work, juggle your own lives, do it successfully outside of college and inside the confines of the educational experience. And these are the traits that our county will need in the years to come for economic recovery, and these are the traits that you will need in order to persevere through a complicated society. As Westchester Community College graduates take your place in our regional workforce, as you transfer to four-year colleges and universities, we wish you the best of success. We know you've gotten a good platform to build on during this educational experience, and we know that in the years to come, you're going to make a great contribution to your families and to your county. Once again, congratulations.
Hi, my name is Chad Thompson. I'm presiding officer of the Faculty Senate. It is with great pleasure that I deliver greetings to you from the faculty of Westchester Community College. Over the past several semesters, we, the faculty, have been witness to your hard work and dedication. And as such, we can truly appreciate this accomplishment that you have made. And even though we cannot make this recognition in person today, face to face, it is worth mentioning what we have seen as you have completed this most recent phase of your academic journey. What we have seen is your determination firsthand. We have seen you struggle, and we have seen you overcome. We have seen you miss the mark on occasion, but we have seen you persevere to crush the exam. We have seen you open yourselves up to change, and we have seen you learn and grow. In our classrooms and online, we have been witness to your growth, and today we see with you the fruit that your hard work has produced. Therefore, you have earned this credential, and your faculty not only congratulate you on your success today, but wish you well in using the success as fertile ground for whatever you decide your next challenge in life will be. So it is with those thoughts that I say to you that it is an honor and a privilege that I appear here today before you on behalf of the faculty to bid you farewell. Congratulations and good luck.
Welcome to the graduating class of 2020. My name is Gianna Jimenez, and I am the 2020 to 2021 Student Government Association President. Today I have the honor of welcoming you and your loved ones alongside our faculty and staff, administrators, student leaders, and my peers to our virtual commencement. In my lifetime of attending school and picturing the day that I would be walking down the stage to receive my diploma, I never envisioned it would be quite like this. And I'm sure the same is for all of you. While today you are behind a computer screen, probably lounging in pajama pants and keeping it business casual on the top, I'm here to welcome you to the new journey that is the rest of your life. While this year has brought upon so much uncertainty, of one thing I am sure. I stand, or sit, here with all of you, proud of the achievements and hard work that you've put in to get to this point. Today, I want to show you that you need to show yourself a bountiful of gratitude, first and foremost, and then show that gratitude to all of those around you who have been a part of this ride. While your academic journey might not end with Westchester Community College, you can be confident that the skills you've attained here are invaluable. The connections that you've made here are worth a lifetime. I believe in a theory that goes like this. We leave a piece of ourselves everywhere we go, but with that piece of ourselves that we leave, we also pick one up. So take the pieces that you've picked up here and continue to shine that light. The world can get really dark sometimes, but if you remember that the light comes from within, then the world will never dim for you. And with that being said, it has been my pleasure to welcome the graduating class of 2020.
Graduates, we are all so proud of your accomplishments. This graduating class, like many that have come before you, has exemplified the ideals of our college in pursuing education to create a better life for yourselves, your families, and your community. You've achieved so much in your brief time here. We have 2,471 graduates. Some graduates earning 2 or even 3 degrees for a total of 2,506 degrees and certificates awarded. 721, or nearly 30% of our graduates, are graduating with distinction. But there is one notable aspect in which this class stands apart. Finishing your studies in the midst of a worldwide pandemic shows your grit and determination in the pursuit of your goals. When I think of you, I'm reminded of the quote by Malala Yousafzai, the teenage girl who survived a shooting by the Taliban simply because she wanted to be educated. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place, she said. Malala, like all of you, demonstrated grit. What exactly is grit? According to the researcher Angela Duckworth, grit is the perseverance and passion for long-term goals. Grit entails working persistently and vigorously toward a challenging goal, sustaining effort and keeping an unabated interest over long periods of time despite failures, setbacks, and obstacles. Look back on your recent academic journey. Does this sound familiar? As you reflect on your accomplishments at our college, your academic success, and your extracurricular participation, be proud of not just your determination, but the path you took to get here. Yes, share these accomplishments with your family and friends. But don't forget to highlight the grit that you showed in getting here. There is a story to tell your children and your grandchildren and your prospective employers. Remember, you are Viking strong. We enthusiastically celebrate the exemplary dedication of today's graduates And we know that many good things await you in the futures you are creating. As you move on to the next stage in your academic or professional career, reflect with pride your place in the vital ecosystem that is the U.S. Community College. Community colleges are an essential fuel for the economic engine of our country. This fuel has never been more important than now during a period of economic downturn, when traditional age students as well as adults turn to their local community college to receive the knowledge and skills they need to position themselves for in-demand jobs that resuscitate our society. These jobs also protect our technological infrastructure and heal our neighbors. Community colleges serve another equally important purpose, that of helping to develop a well-educated society. After your time here, you're better prepared to think critically, speak persuasively, and engage civilly in the major issues that are impacting our country. From the microscopic coronavirus to the global forces of climate change and everything in between. To quote Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. As a graduate of Westchester Community College, you join the millions of Americans who have achieved this proud milestone. 44% of undergraduates in the United States were enrolled in community colleges. 49% of all students who earned a degree at a four-year institution had previously enrolled in a community college. By graduating Westchester Community College, you join the millions of other Americans who walk on the path of social and economic mobility. 21% of WCC students who begin their academic journey from the bottom fifth of the income quintiles end up in the top fifth later in life. WCC is ranked 21st out of 690 two-year colleges nationwide on this measure, according to the New York Times. Overall, 20% of our graduates move up at least 2 quintiles as a result of attending WCC. I end my remarks with a quote from Malcolm X. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. It's now my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Mecca Mitchell. Mecca Mitchell is the Senior Vice President of Diversity, Inclusion, and Community Engagement at Westchester Medical Center Health. Mecca leads the development and implementation of the organization's strategic diversity, inclusion, equity, and community engagement initiatives designed to promote comprehensive patient-centered care, create enriched work environments, and ensure health equity and support local communities.
Thank you so much, Dr. Miles, for that warm and gracious introduction. Hello, Westchester Community College graduating class of 2020. To all the students, the faculty members and staff, the friends and family members who supported these talented students along the way, please know that I am so honored to join you for this virtual graduation celebration. I want to add a special thank you to Dr. Miles and her phenomenal team for extending the invitation to me and allowing me to share some words of encouragement with you all. Now, the focus of my comments today will be on the topic of resilience. Resilience is defined as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, or to put it more succinctly, it's toughness. I think it's fair to say that 2020 and the unprecedented challenges that it has presented succeeded in testing our resilience like never before. Challenges like COVID-19. I mean, who could have imagined that there would be a worldwide pandemic that turned our collective lives upside down, impacting everything from health to the economy and employment to housing and to education, and so much more. A year ago, if you had told a friend that this is where we would be as a nation, they would have scoffed at the idea, and yet, here we are. Now, if COVID-19 turned the world upside down, then the social unrest and social uprising that also occurred this year really turned the world inside out, exposing some deep-seated beliefs and realities about power, privilege, and institutional and societal inequities. Add to that a never-ending election season during an incredibly divisive time in our nation, and 2020 has been the year that managed to fit a decade's worth of calamity into 12 short months. Well, graduating class of 2020, you were here for it all. You were not immune to the fear, stress, isolation, anger, and anxiety that all of these challenges brought to bear. You should have been looking forward to spring break. Instead, many of you were scavenging for masks and gloves to keep yourselves, your fellow students, and your loved ones safe. You should have been focused on midterms and finals. Instead, you had to worry about toilet paper and hand sanitizer shortages. You should have been busy applying to four-year institutions or sending out resumes and interviewing for new jobs. Instead, many of you were shuttered inside, disconnected, and unfortunately, disengaged. Lastly, you should have been surrounded by friends and family as they celebrated your accomplishments by showering you with praise and pride at your in-person commencement ceremony. Instead, here you are, adjusting to the new virtual norm. So much has changed, yet in spite of it all the loss, whether it's the loss of life or livelihoods, the loss of loved ones or icons alike, the loss of a particular candidate or of a perceived liberty, in spite of it all, in 2020, you have persevered. You persevered by not ignoring the unprecedented challenges, but by refusing to stay mired in the muck of negativity. Instead, you chose to be resilient, choosing to push through and continue pursuing, virtually or not, your education at this phenomenal academic institution that is Westchester Community College. You chose to continue gaining knowledge and acquiring skills to prepare you on your professional journeys. You continued to build professional and personal networks that will be leveraged by you as you eventually venture out into the world. You exercised that intestinal fortitude, that toughness that allowed you to push through the adversity with new insights, new perspectives, and hopefully a new sense of gratitude for all that you do have. You embodied what resilience is all about. Like the mythical phoenix who rose from the ashes, from the depths of loss and despair, you, graduating class of 2020, rose and will continue rising, meeting and exceeding expectations. Now, some of you may not feel like you have persevered, or may feel like 2020 has diminished all that you have accomplished. The fact that we are here in December instead of May doesn't take anything away from you. To the contrary, the fact that you are here and have survived 2020 makes this commencement even more memorable. Now, I wish I could tell you that life will be back to normal soon. As seasoned adults, we're used to offering reassurances to young people and certainty about what comes next. That is until now. None of us can tell you what comes next because we have never been in this position before. But I can share with you a mantra that has always helped guide me through challenging times. Years ago, while I was going through a very difficult divorce, I walked into a local bookstore to buy a self-help book to help me deal with what, at the time, felt like the weight of the world on my shoulders. I walked to the self-help aisle, and as I looked at the vast array of books and topics, I thought to myself, my goodness, I thought I was the only one with issues. I mean, the number of books was truly overwhelming. And so I said to myself, I'm just going to close my eyes and randomly pick a book and take it from there. And so I did. And the book that I picked flopped open to a page that told a story about a monk. For those who are unfamiliar, a monk is a member of a devout religious community who lives a very disciplined and spiritual life. Now, I'm going to paraphrase the story, but it went something like this. One day, a young monk asked an older monk, what is the key to leading a happy and fulfilled life? The older monk took a glass of water and dumped a handful of salt into it, and then asked the young monk to drink from the glass. The young monk did as he was told and immediately spit out the water, saying it was bitter and disgusting, he couldn't drink it. The older monk then grabbed the younger monk's hand and led him to a nearby lake. He then took the same handful of salt and threw it into the lake, and invited the young monk to drink from the lake. After doing so, the young monk yelled, "It's wonderful, it's refreshing," to which the older monk responded, And herein lies the key to leading a happy and fulfilled life. Don't be the glass, be the lake. This simple phrase changed my life forever. The realization that in life there will always be the salt. The salt is COVID-19. The salt is the loss of a loved one. The salt is not getting the job that you wanted or having your heart broken. The salt is not getting the support you need from your loved ones to pursue your dreams. I could go on, and I'm positive that each of you watching could come up with a long list of the salt in life. There will always be challenges and roadblocks and setbacks. That is the salt. The salt in life doesn't change. Sometimes it comes slowly, sometimes it hits you all at the same time, like it did for many of us in 2020. What you have to do is make yourself as big as possible, so the inevitable salt has less of an impact on you. You are the vessel. If you are a glass of water, then the salt has greater impact. If you are a lake, the salt has less impact. So I encourage you to spend less time trying to change the salt and more time successfully changing yourself, transforming your life and your life's purpose into something so grand, so magnificent, that the salt merely fades away. Be the lake by volunteering at a community-based organization, helping those struggling from COVID-19 disruption. Be the lake by donating an old or unused laptop to a school to help less fortunate kids with their virtual learning. Be the lake by standing up and speaking out about the inequities that you see, even if those inequities don't impact you directly. Be the lake by getting involved in the civic process or running for public office if you don't think that your values are being properly represented. Be the lake by making a deliberate choice to help and heal the world around you. And the reality is, the larger you make yourself, the more resilient you will be. Resilience isn't about the absence of the salt, the pain, the hurt. It's about persevering in spite of the salt. So when I find myself confronted by challenges, and I still do, I tell myself, don't be the glass, be the lake. It serves as the fuel I need to keep going. It serves as a source of strength when I need it the most. I challenge each of you to find your fuel. Westchester Community College has helped set the foundation for you by providing the knowledge, skills, and confidence that you need. 2020 has provided you with the resilience that will carry you forward and will provide you with the strength that you need for the road ahead. And while we may not know what comes next, we do know that whatever it is, the incredibly talented and resilient graduating class of 2020 will be there to face it, head on and heart strong. Congratulations to you all, and I wish you continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mitchell. On behalf of Westchester Community College, I present you with a token of our appreciation. It includes a symbol of our brand, our college seal, that includes an inscription of the Latin phrase sapere aude, meaning dare to know. It symbolizes intellectual courage, which has been part of our DNA from the beginning. We are nearing our 75th anniversary. 75 years of building minds and building futures, helping tens of thousands of people in myriad ways, always pushing the mind's boundaries toward acquiring new skills or exploring new interests. It is now my pleasure to welcome the chairman of the Westchester Community College Board of Trustees, the Honorable John Nona, to address our graduates and their proud guests. Mr. Nona will be followed by a special dance performance produced for this evening's celebration. Mr. Nona.
Hello, greetings. I'm John Nona, a member of the Board of Trustees of this great community college. I am proud and honored to join in this tribute to your success. The great African-American educator, orator, and advisor to presidents who was born a slave had this to say about success. Quote, I have learned that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life, but by the obstacles which one has overcome while trying to succeed. Obstacles you have certainly overcome. Whatever other challenges you had to meet in achieving your degrees, you met the challenge of the virus. You overcame this virus, which has dominated our lives this year. You did not let it overcome you in your pursuit of your education. I have no doubt that you will be well prepared to meet future challenges and achieve your hopes and dreams. I am sure these words will guide your future. They are the words of Nelson Mandela, who was the president of South Africa and brought his country together. He spent 29 years in prison for his political views. And this is what he had to say, quote, "May your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears," unquote. Stay well, enjoy the holidays safely, and good luck in all your future endeavors.
Am I wrong for thinking out the box from where I stay? Now am I wrong for saying that I chose another way? I'm not trying to do what everybody else doing, just 'cause everybody's doing what they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I call home. Am I wrong for thinking how it could be something for real? Am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? That's just how I feel. Ooh, that's just how I feel. Hey, yeah, that's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. Am I tripping for having a vision? My prediction, I'ma be on top of the world. Walk the walk but don't look back. Always do what you decide. Don't let them control your mind. That's just how I feel. Oh, fight for yours but don't let go. Don't let them compare you, no. Don't worry, you're not alone. That's just how I feel. Am I wrong for thinking how it could be something for real? Am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see?
Now we come to the special moment you've all been waiting for, the conferral of certificates and degrees and the presentation of our graduates. Provost Morris will present this year's graduates on behalf of the faculty.
Good evening. I am Dr. Vanessa Morest, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. I want to start by thanking Trustee Nona for his remarks and to say how much I enjoyed the dance performance presented by our very own students. Now it is my pleasure to continue with our ceremony with the presentation of awards to announce our many student successes and achievements. We begin with the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. Only about 250 students received this award across the 64-campus system for achievements in academics, leadership, career achievement, athletics, and community service. This year's recipients are Joel Andrade, Brian Goodman, Paulina Mazurkowicz, Alexander Meitzer-Werner, Olivia Quinones, Hugo Rodriguez Espinoza, and Renee Tenesaka. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations. We are so very proud of you. Next, we celebrate the academic and extracurricular excellence of our graduates. For a complete list of graduates who have received an award or scholarship from the college, please refer to your program. Now we recognize 2 students who took rigorous courses, got involved in leadership activities, and achieved a 4.0 cumulative GPA. First, I invite Jennifer Hernandez Espinoza, our salutatorian, to be recognized. Jennifer completed the Human Services AS degree program. Her academic achievement has earned her a 4.0 GPA. She has received the Mercy College Presidential International Scholarship and will be attending Mercy College to complete her 4-year degree. She aspires to work as a social worker, and we hope she stays in touch through our alumni office as she continues to reach her academic goals. Congratulations, Jennifer. Next, we recognize Brandon Fernandez, our valedictorian. Brandon is a Westchester native, calling Yonkers home. He earned a 4.0 GPA in liberal arts and sciences, social science, psychology. He will be transferring to Hunter College and intends to work as a clinical psychologist. Brandon was a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and earned a Dream.US scholarship. With a black belt in karate and taekwondo, there isn't a challenge that Brandon isn't prepared for.
Dear graduating class of 2020, I know what you're thinking. This is not the graduation I was expecting. You might have expected to walk across a stage, shake the hand of Dr. Miles, and be in your cap and gown alongside your fellow classmates. But even though what we expected isn't happening, something important did happen. We all graduated. Each of us graduated during a global pandemic. We're still acknowledging and celebrating our graduation because it's something worth celebrating. The hours you spent in class, the assignments you completed, the sleep you lost, the worry about your grades, and the time you spent studying is not going unnoticed. I know this ceremony is taking place in December and not in May. Many of us have started a new school, new job, new chapter of our lives. The past few months have been full of worry, fear, and uncertainty. The bad can make us forget about the good, the joy, and hope in our lives. I encourage you to focus on the good moments. Recognize your accomplishments. Reach out to your friends and family to rejoice. I'm asking this of you because I believe that we can be a light to others and give hope to others. I believe you can do that. Graduating during this time was no easy task, but you still did it. I believe there's way more to us than we know. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to find out what that is. I want to thank you all for being a part of Westchester Community College and the great community that it is. I wish you all luck on your journey, and I hope our paths may cross again. Thank you.
Now, will the graduates please rise? President Miles, it is my pleasure to present the diploma candidates who have, with diligence and honor, fulfilled the requirements for the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, and Associate in Applied Science, and the college certificate. By direction of the faculty, I commend them to you and recommend granting the degree or certificate together with all the appertaining rights, honors, and privileges. Please be seated. We will now announce the names of the graduating class. When you hear your name called, stand and accept the cheers and accolades of those in your company.
Juan Pablo Abanto Escobar, Talida Asiari, Lady Acosta Montan, Joseph R. Adelfio Rivera, Princess A.S. Agyapong, Alejandra Alberto, Lizeth G. Alonso, Samantha Alvarez, Carmen M. Amendano, Miranda Kesewa Ampadu, Prosperity Antoine, Rena Ainswie, Emmanuel Aponte, Wilhelmina Oparibea Apia, Anthony Aquino, Andresa Arendarchuk, Manny M. Arevalo, Hannah Arias, Dorothy Aristide, Prince E. Arma, Alyssa Andrea Armonio, Cassandra Armstrong, Jason D. Aryi, Olivia V. Astwood, Gifty Love Esuakoa, Stephanie Baez, Lisette Vaizan, Destiny A. Baker, Hafsat Mohammed Bande, Debobrada Banik, Sandra Marie Barnes, Kristen Barnes, Nadine Barrett, Dalen A. Barrios, Fatima Sainas Bashir, Andy Batten, Yvette Bobron Kayamit, Elvis J. Becerra, Nathaniel P. Bedward, Devani D. Bell, Jamal Y. Bellamy, Veronica Beltran, Jillian M. Benedettini, Angela A. Bermeo, Edgar J. Burnaby, Cynthia Y. Burnett, Caitlin P. Bigot, Stephanie A. Blackwell, Michaela Block, Jacob D. Bobson, Spencer Boxer, William H. Brower, Susan E. Breen, Natasha N. Bruton, Soila S. Brito, Shantae O. Brown, Okang Brown, Zanique Maria Brown, Matthew Brunwasser, Stephanie C. Brusky, Tonicia T. Bryan, Matthew Buckland, Shamar A. Buckner, Jalen Buendia, Carol M. Bueno, Melissa Bueno, Jasmine J. Boucher, Michaela Simona Bunn, Alexander Burt Miller, Janelli Cabrera, Jennifer Paula Cabrera P., Helen Caicedo, Lisa Marie Calderon, Abigail F. Calvi, Isabel Camilo, William F. Campos, Nicole Cancino, Tessa O. Cañete, Miriam Kangana, Huay Cao, Cecilia Cardenas Granda, Kristen L. Carlson, Nicolette Casatelli, Emily Lucia Castañeda Vargas, Nicole Castillo, Randy Lee Castro, Carmen T. Castro, Brianna L. Cavalli, Rosie Seropin Cetino, Jennifer M. Chacon, Tyra Champany, Charlene A. Chase Morris, Michelle M. Chillette, Maria Fernanda Chimbo, Janat Noor Chaudhry, Eric Chuchuka, Eliza Cintron, Valerie Clark, Zenith Clark, Maria D. Claudio, Larry T. Clement, Rochelle S. Cohen, Hannah A. Coleman, Carmen I. Concepcion, Estefany Condena Flores, Aldo Condori, Maximina K. Constantino, Christian P. Contreras, Stephanie Capola, Sarah Correa Montoya, Alicia F. Corso, Manuel A. Costa, Rosa M. Criollo, Jesse Cristofaro, Priscilla N. Cruz, John Cubillos, Marifer A. Cumbe, Tamara Kurlik, Tamika Dagazan, Kyla Daisy, Joseph D. Daly, Ellen A. Darko, Haya M. Darwish, Alexandria Douse, Deborah Dawkins, Nish Fazenden Dawkins, Mikey de Guzman, Raven J. De Leon, Larissa de Souza Feliciano, Anne-Marie Delgado, Chelsea P. Delorby, Ariana C. Demi, Morgan Dime, Shalisha N. Dennis, Dawn M. DeRaffali, Marie G. DeRoche, Alejandra Diaz Villatoro, Alexandra Diaz, Brenda Diaz, Kevin P. Distelhurst, Todd Dominguez, Elijah Barry Dubinsky, Geraldine Reaño, Mariana Duran, Obianuju A. Duruajonuma, Mavis Edme, Rihanna M. Egan, Felicia Elegon, Elizabeth May Elkins, Olivia Ellis, Makia A. Elphick, Rebecca Elfhager, Yoncha Engin, Renata Esky, Juan A. Espiritu, Kelly Fajardo, Amanda Falco, Erica L. Fares, Deirdre Farrell, Javier Foromeke, Rabia Fatima, Curtis A. Falk, Fazlur Rahman Fazir Mohammed, Heather L. Furman, Giovanni Fernandez, Marco I. Fernandez, Rebecca M. Fernandez, Matthew S. Findel, Carlos R. Finnegan, Myrna J. Fioetti, Victoria Antonine Furman, Brigitte Star Fleitas, Majik M. Flores, Zinu J. Foster, Sheldon J. Francis, Jerome Francisco, Rosabelle Francois, Jennifer J. Fung, Stefan Gaye, Angela J. Gamboa, Gia Valentina Gando, Marie B. Gannon, Alexis M. Garcia, Marilyn D. Garcia, Molly K. Garcia, Naomi Garcia, Tanya Noemi Garcia, Domenica Paula Garcia Mendoza, Leonidas V. Georgiou, Arian Joy Gibson, Lisa Gittins, Stephen P. Glover, Saran Goal, Janet Golding, Ari S. Goldman, Andres Gomez, Sabrina L. Gomez, Andrea Milena Gomez, Estefania Gomez Mejia, Alyssa M. Goncalves, Cristar A. Gonzalez, Darcy D. Gonzalez, Gisela Gonzalez, Selene Gonzalez Ortiz, Omar C. Gordon, Jonathan Goris, Beata Grabowski, Edmund Greco, Kaylee Ann Green, Monique Griffin, Jeanette M. Grosha, Ferdy Estuardo Guerra, Zulima Guerrero, Almendra Dalila Guevara, Nana Akosu B. Jayan, Katrina N. Harley, Bernadette Ann Hyde, Denise H. Peterkin D. Hendrickson, Stephen Emmanuel Enriquez, Alyssa C. Heredia, Jessica Thalia Heredia Sigenza, Diana Hernandez, Ken R. Hernandez, Luis A. Hernandez, Jr., Matthew D. Hernandez, Naomi Hernandez, Reina Hernandez, Telva Yolanda Hernandez, Wellington Hernandez, Jennifer Juliet Hernandez Espinoza, Alexandra Haran, Cassandra L. Haran, Tishani D. Hibbert, Priscilla L. Holloway, Seokjun Hong, Angela C. Howell Brown, Rosalis Hoyos, Haneli S. Huanca, Timothy Robert Hughes, Mahin Humayun, Carolyn B. Hunt Jackson, Safira S. Hussein, Carolyn D. Hutchinson, Ian L. Hilton, Stephanie Iaconi, Maria Guadalupe Ibanez, Rafael Isidro de Souza, Saeed Y. Jabor, Michelle R. Jablecki, Shayna D. Jacobs, Bubakar Jate, LaRonda D. Jefferson, Omowaye O. Jegede, Javon J. Jenkins, Ziena Natrice Jenkins, Sung Uk Ji, Jose M. Zentano, Michael Joel, Kirsten Johnson, Deanna M. Jones, Olivia Jones, Maimuna Juf, Ria Ann Joy, Alexis Juarez, Panya Kamsam, John Kelly, Lawrence W. Kennedy, Christopher Kenny, Marcy Keown, Jennifer Yasemin Kapexi, Naila Kernahan, Skylar Gerard King II, Erwin F. Kitali, Minami Kojima, Sean Parsa Kopaye, William Bryan Korn, Ermal Krasniki, Tiana G. Kuchmarowski, Alessandra A. Lagani, Paula Landy, Tiffany S. LaRoche, Christopher O. Lazo, Pedro Ledesma, Ambar Ledesma Almonte, Natalie M. Lemus, Shawnee M. Leon, Lorena Linares, Jamelia A. Litchmore, James A. Liverman, Maritza Liguipuma, Alejandra Lopez, Ronaisi M. Lopez Guzman, Janelle N. Love, Raquel Luna Vacque, Irma Lustosa, Dana V. Lynch, Michael A. Madden, Thomas J. Mahoney, Jocelyn Veronica Maita Deleg, Henry Mahano, Jose Miguel Maldonado Donan, Angelique M. Mallon, Caroline W. Mancuso, Anthony M. Mansilla, Miriam Maravilla, Miguel Marcatoma, Amanda L. Margiotta, Aisha K. Marshall, Caroline G. Martinez, Donovan Martinez, Isabel S. Martinez, Luis F. Martinez, Melissa Martinez, Aymara Martinez Garcia, Samantha L. Mastropietro, Nicole Matos, Sean Michael Emmanuel McAlarney, Tarji J. McCuskey, Tashika McCausland, Deborah L. McIntyre, Kyle S. McNamara, LaDacia Meads, Laura Mejia Pinilla, Angelo J. Mealy, Elizabeth A. Mensa, Julissa Merlo, Minkayla Militi, Aaliyah Miller, Taylor Miller, Yelena Mitic, Almadelia Moctezuma, Mohammed Ashif Mohammed Razin, Nadia Titilayo Mohammed, Nuska Nijamdin, Tiara N. Monclus, Joseph C. Montalvo, and Manuel Montilla, Jordan Devon Moore, Tashika J. Moore, Danielle Morales, Antoinette Moreno, Sarah Morgan, Rosa Elvira Morocho, Rayanne A. Morrison, Sadea L. Moses, Shaquana A. Moses, Michaela S. Mohammed, Mario Ramiro Mullo, Jennifer Munive Cortez, Franklin Myrtle, Stephanie Naclario, Natalie Jalisa Navedo, Christina Eloise J. Norona, Tirith Nyin, Alexandra Nieves, Asma Noreen, Melissa Noriega, Benjamin Nori, Lidre L. Nunes Malcolm, Raymond O'Gorman, Kelly O'Brien, Josie Marie Olan, Janice Ore, Samantha Ortega, Edver X. Ortiz, Eridania Ortiz, Michael Ortiz, Daniela Osorio Marin, Akua Watara, Frederick Owusu Ansa, Marie Stella Nan Owusu Forfie, Gabriela Pacheco, Gustavo C. Pacheco, Rudolph Palas, Delilah F. Paredes, Paul A. Pasato Leon, Tanaya L. Patrick, Prince P. Paul, Wilson Chipula Paul, Genesis Paulino Zabala, Erica A. Mayorga, Joshua H. Pena, Raquel M. Pena, Ardala Luisa Connolly, Edgar Perez, Catherine Arlena Perez Tejada, Arlie M. Perez Ramirez, Danielle Peters, Janelle Petrie, Angelica F. Phillips, Nina Piccolo, Alyssa Pierre, Linda Pineda, Carmine Pisano, Luna D. Placci, Claudia Pluas, Cecilia E. Palenko, Diana C. Portilla, Christopher Prestia, Brandon Quant, Olivia Edel Quinones, Nellie J. Kishpi Pugo, Princess Joy Ricadio, Diana I. Ramirez, Daphne Ramirez Torres, Edvin Ramos, Marissa V. Razor, Sheila D. Rabata, Janika Reed, Rafaela Viana, Jefferson X. Reyes, Willady Reyes, Ana Maria Ribeiro Santillano, Ashley D. Riccardi, Markiba C. Richards, Kelly Denise Riggins, Jody K. R. Riley, Kayla Francesca Rivera, Lena Mejia Rivera, Melina Vasquez, Nicholas J. Rivera Sr., Milagros Rivera Perez, Madeline Roberts, Tyranny Roberts, Heidi Robinson, Nicole M. Robles, Gina M. Roach, Joisa O. Rodas Martinez, Arleni Rodriguez, Francis Rodriguez, Jennifer Rodriguez, Leslie Rodriguez, Marissa Rain Rodriguez, Melissa Rodriguez, Soleni Rodriguez, William J. Rodriguez, Jennifer D. Rodriguez Henriquez, Esther Rojas Rosas, Sade R. Rowley, Meredith A. Romer, Chaz A. Ronca, Olivia Roof, Isabella C. Rosario, Caitlin Elena Rosario, Cora Rose, Corinne A. M. Rose, David J. Rochford, Oscar Roy, Valerie Eileen Rudd, Easton M. Rudolph, Jordan D. Ruiz, Nelida Ruiz, Suzanne Russell Panton, Yael Maite Saka Sarango, Maria D. Saez, Stephanie Saintil, Ana Paola Saire Palacios, Jennifer J. Salamanca, Nadia Salazar, Eric S. Salto Sagara, Annabelle Sanchez, Luis Sanchez, Madeline L. Sanchez, Melanie K. Sanchez, Steven Sanchez, Catherine Santana, Fernando J. Santiago, Janae Santiago, Sophie Sarno, Tarika Satchel, Caroline L. Schulte Lawrence, Michael S. Seiler, Anthony Serrano, Fatima Shafka Shafi, Julia Spagina, Mariana P. Silva Hernandez, Joshua Austin Silverman, Valerie A. Simpson, Wadan Singh, John Desmond Slattery, Emily A. Small, Alini Smith, Kira M. Smith, Tamara K. Smith, Jason L. Snell, Anthony Edward Sobravia Miguel, Mariah D. Sosa, Jarrell Achilles Soto, Tiana L. Sparks, Mashamba K. Spencer, Emily Stout, Keanu Stewart, Samuel St. Fort, Cadian D. Stone, Amani Stovall, Mai Suganami, Daniel T. Sullivan, Maximilian P. Sutton, Mariah T. Taveras, Elizabeth Taylor, Kayla M. Taylor, Genesis Telez Fabian, Renee Gustavo Tanasaka, Nicole Tenorio, Gabriella Tepan, Thomas Tevnan, Edimeire Tavares Thader, Julibel Den Hernandez, Cheyenne Amoy Thompson, Brittany K. Thorne, Brian Tompkins, Shirley C. Toro, Jose M. Tovar, Pamela Trinidad, Antonio R. Trujillo, Joseph Michael Turner, Orieni Urena Guzman, Giovanna Ursino, Robert Utsi, Emily S. Valario, Jillian M. Vallo, Rochelle S. Valverde, Diana Vargas, Javier Mateo Vascones, Jose A. Vasquez Rubert, Gladys E. Vele Figueroa, Vincent A. Ventarola, Catherine F. Vilcapoma, Rosa K. Vilcapoma, Amani Vilchis, Katharina C. Filiun, Scott Leon Villa, Tiffany Villano, Jonathan Villanueva, Donovan Vincent Jr., Sharka Vosalova, Valerie E. Watson Hilton, Antoine Wetherington, Audrey Webb, Nicholas J. Wiseman, Shenario T. Welch, Angela Whalen, Arthur Whalen, Lakia Williams, Shania S. Williams, Jasmine Wilson, Caitlin Wilson, Matthew S. Wimbush, Hannah Winters, Ashley R. Wolchan, Patricia Ibarra, Xiufang Ye, Jenny J. Jepes Ocampo, Hee-Sang Yu, Kedar K. Young, Gregory Yovain, Sean B. Zaccaro, Aurelie Zambu, Gonzalo Andres Zarans, Jaleese Ashley Z. Roman, Lady N. Zepeda Barragan, Ariel Jinin.
I am pleased to accept these graduates from the class of 2020. Under the laws of the state of New York and by action of the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you your degrees with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereunto. Congratulations. As we close our program, I remind our graduates that tonight represents the beginning of the next phase of your life. It is not a separation from the college. We will always consider you a member of our family, and we will always welcome you back. At this time, Mr. Sergio Serrato, President of the college's Alumni Association, will lead our graduates in our Alumni Pledge.
Thank you, Dr. Miles, and welcome to all the graduates and their families and friends, as well as all the staff, faculty, and administrators joining us today. As president of the Westchester Community College Alumni Association, it is my pleasure to be here today addressing you, the newest graduates of Westchester Community College. Graduating from Westchester Community College has given me opportunities beyond any of my best dreams. I've graduated from NYU Stern, I work at Wall Street, then I moved to work for the Rockefeller family, then I worked for the New York State Senate Majority Leader, my dear Andrea Stewart Cousins, and so much more. I'm here today to lead you in reciting the Alumni Pledge. This pledge is very meaningful and important to me because I believe in the power of Westchester Community College, as you can see. And I know you do too. As a proud alumnus, I ask you to stay involved and stay in touch with the Westchester Community College Alumni Association. The Alumni Association is your gateway to stay connected to resources you can utilize here at the college for the rest of your life. Look at me. You will always be part of the Westchester Community College family and are always welcome back. Always. At this time, I'm going to ask all the graduates to please stand up and repeat after me while we recite the Alumni Pledge together. I pledge to be a loyal ambassador for Westchester Community College and to uphold its reputation in all that I do. I will use my knowledge, skills, and experience for the advancement of public good. I will remember my time at the college and those who helped me achieve my goals. As those who came before me, I pledge to use my time and my talents to help those who come after me to realize their dream of education. I am a graduate of Westchester Community College. Thank you. You may now be seated. Thank you and congratulations. And now, back to Dr. Miles.
Thank you, Mr. Serrato. In academic tradition, a student who has not earned a degree wears the tassel of his or her mortarboard on the right side. Once the degree is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left side, joining a select company of college-educated women and men. Graduates, in recognition of your new status, I invite you to turn your tassels to the left as we applaud your outstanding achievements. This concludes the 72nd commencement exercise of Westchester Community College. Thank you for attending today and taking part in this wonderful ceremony. We thank again our Grand Marshal, the faculty, the members of the committees who planned special events that celebrated student success, the staff and production team for their tremendous work on this magnificent ceremony. I share one final reminder to visit the Commencement website and share your congratulations by posting a video or a text message. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2020 and good night to all.
We thank you all for being part of the commencement ceremony. Stay online for messages of congratulations from your faculty as we close out the 73rd Westchester Community College commencement ceremony.